Dwayne Roloson is stepping down as the goaltending coach for the Ducks this season. He stepped down after 3 seasons with the Ducks, coaching such goaltenders as Hiller, Fass, Anderson, and Gibson. He will also maybe take a limited role, according to Eric Steffens, the beat writer for the Orange County Register Anaheim Ducks part. Roloson once dressed for the Anaheim Ducks about 2 years ago. It was against the Colorado Avalanche because Gibson was injured, Anderson was injured, and we flew out La Barbara after, I believe it was a 10-hour flight all the way from Norfolk, where he played the past 2 games, so he played 3 games in a row. Speaking of Colorado Avalanche, Patrick Waugh will be no longer the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche. He will be stepping down, and he will most likely not remain with the franchise, which is a good news for Colorado Avalanche fans, as well as maybe Duck fans as well. If you recall, a couple years ago, it was Boudreau and Patrick Waugh. They had an argument between the benches. You could see them push up against each sides of the boards, the separate thing, where at Honda Center before we put in the NHL announcer pit. Patrick Waugh likes to pull his goaltender about 10 minutes before, and that usually ends up with an empty net goal, considering that it's usually down by 2 or so. So he really doesn't quite understand what it is to be an NHL coach. Maybe he should go back to goaltending. Where he ends up, who knows? The Canadiens, Habs, whatever you want to call them, fan site said that they don't want Patrick Waugh to be a goaltending coach, or they don't want him anywhere near their team because they're afraid that some of that might rub off onto the current coach, where he might pull the goaltender 10 minutes early, leading to goals. Montreal Canadiens need to run deep into the playoffs. They need it. All the Canadian teams really do right now. After last year, where none of them made it, a lot of upset Canadians. Also, while we're on the topic of coaching, in case you missed it, Boudreau is no longer the head coach. He's now the coach of the Minnesota Wild because the Bob Murray has now let him go, and we have hired Randy Carlyle, who once won a Stanley Cup with the team. However, he also turned the team into a goon squad, and we sucked so bad, and we have nothing from it to show except for some pictures and a Stanley Cup ring on Teemu Selanne's finger. Sorry, I'm just not a big fan of Carlyle. Yeah. Adios.